Welcome to Gutter Trash episode 284. Andre the Giant, Life and Legend by Box Brown. My name is Eric.
Hi, I'm Jason.
Hello, Jason.
Hi, Eric. What's up?
Not much.
Yeah?
Not much is happening.
How's your Sunday?
It's going alright.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I've accomplished some stuff today.
Right.
I got up early, which is rare for me on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Had to drive my girlfriend to work. So she had to be there at 10, and so I got to her house at 9, so I had to get up at 8.
Oh my gosh.
It was, that is unacceptable.
Right, for Sunday.
Yeah.
That's pretty darn early.
But then I came home, and I read this book we're about to talk about.
The whole thing?
Not the whole thing,
okay.
but about the last third of it.
Okay. This is kind of productive,
Yeah,
really.
I did some art, put together a podcast,
Wow.
had some lunch. Yeah.
That's a day.
Yeah.
That's bedtime.
Yeah, it is. I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, after this, I do have to go pick my girlfriend back up from work.
Right.
So, like,
Your day starts anew.
yeah.
I, too, got up early. I got up at 7:30.
Oh.
And I went and,
Is this some sort of pissing contest now?
right? Feel like maybe it was 6:30 when I got up. And I walked my friends' dogs and mowed their lawn for them just to help them out because they're in all kinds of craziness.
Mm-hmm.
And that was fun.
Yeah.
And then I don't think I did anything else today.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
and I went to the library.
You went to the library.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah.
What about that other thing you were planning to do today? Are you just doing that later?
Oh.
Your
The
car?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm putting my stereo in. Yeah, I'm probably going to do it after I leave here. I'm going to pick up a soldering gun from my cousin and play with dangerous tools.
So this may be your last appearance on the podcast.
It could be. Or at least, like, I might never draw anything again because I might accidentally solder all my fingers together. I guess I could accidentally solder my mouth together.
Probably, yeah. That's possible.
That might even be a good idea.
Maybe.
But yeah, that'll be fun. I've had a CD player just kind of like hanging out in my basement for a year, and my CD player in my car has not worked for a year, but the radio does. So I finally decided I want to just listen to some CDs. So
Yeah.
why not install this thing? And I was putting it off because I didn't really know how to do it, and I remembered that there's YouTube, and then like 25 minutes later I knew how to do it. So.
See, I can't do anything like that because I forget things. And so I would need to have, like, YouTube, like, in my car as
right.
I am, trying to do something.
I took notes,
Okay,
to see, what steps and what order.
Right.
I mean, like, some people, I think it's probably one of those things that is really easy once you know how to do it.
Right.
Like, so, if you know how to do it and you hear us talking about not knowing how to do it, you would think we're idiots, which you're right, but not because we don't know how to put it in a car. So
Right, yeah.
Just because we've never done it before.
Exactly. I mean, when I had a PlayStation 2, I fixed it numerous times because it kept breaking.
Right.
And I figured out how to fix it by looking at videos online and doing stuff like that.
Yeah,
so
the internet's amazing.
It is kind of, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this podcast is on the internet.
Right.
You can learn how to install a stereo. I mean, that's basically all you need.
Sure.
But I think there's even more than that on there.
There might be, but who gives a shit?
Right. Other than, like, the porn.
Right.
You might need that. Because you can't jack off to this show. I mean, you can.
You could.
I've done it. But it's
Right.
just weird.
Uh-huh.
Like, I've only done it when, that episode when Joe co-hosted for me.
Right, yeah.
Because that would be weird to jack off to my own voice.
Right, yeah.
Or at least to my pre-recorded voice. My actual real-life voice when I'm talking to myself, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's not weird.
No, yeah, I totally get you.
Right.
Right, yeah. I've only jacked off to the episode that Brian, John Mitchell, and Kurt were on because they did more of the talking than we did.
That's true, too. Yeah. Okay.
So it's like I
Yeah.
was able to finish before either you or I started talking.
I've never. Okay, well that makes sense.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I didn't jack off while listening to that episode, but I did while we were recording it.
Well, yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, I was remembering the time that you were jacking off.
That's why you. Okay.
Yeah.
That's why you.
So I was trying to time it.
I appreciate that. Oh, did we come in unison? I love it when we do that. It's our special night. It rarely happens, folks. It rarely happens. He always finishes first.
It's true. I'm not going to deny that.
Andre the Giant.
Yes, Andre the Giant. So this is a comic about a superhero who is a giant.
Wait a minute. What? Was that right?
No?
Not right?
No? Okay.
I think it was a real man.
Was he?
He was a.
He doesn't look very real in this.
Well, it's because it's a cartoon book.
Huh.
It's drawn by another man.
I've seen people draw things that look very realistic, and
Like Rob Liefeld.
And this isn't anything like that. So,
Right.
I mean,
There wasn't enough pouches and his eye wasn't glowing.
right, and like his teeth weren't gritted, and there weren't a whole bunch of lines on his face or anything.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So, like, clearly this is not realistic and awful.
Okay.
Like, I don't understand. Like, this guy should go to art school, is what I'm saying.
Right. Yeah.
This Box Brown guy.
Learn how to draw like Rob Liefeld.
Right, and, learn storytelling from Rob Liefeld.
Oh, yeah. Clearly.
Because,
I'm sure he teaches it somewhere.
none of these pages were very dynamic.
There was no splash page. Oh, there was one.
There was a couple splash
Well, yeah.
pages, but, I mean, you could just tell that he was just trying to rip off Rob Liefeld, but not doing a very good job.
Right. Well, who can? Other than Ed Visker.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
Or Merritt Michaels.
Oh, yeah. Or Chap Yep. So yeah, that was our review of Andre the Giant. Tune in next week. No, we've talked about wrestling before.
We have.
Long time ago.
Yeah. We watched The Wrestler with our good friend Matt Brassfield, who probably knows more about wrestling than any other human being we know.
That's true. Yeah.
We maybe should have had him on here for this.
You know what's funny is I stopped in his place of work just a day or two ago, and they said he was out of town. And I was like, I wanted to talk to him about this book I just read, this Andre the Giant Life and Legend. They're like, oh yeah, he just read that too. He bought it at Mavericks. So he actually did read it.
Wow.
So,
and that is a guy who pretty much only buys Star comics from the 1980s.
Or he reads some like 70s superhero books.
Oh, yeah,
He likes those,
yeah.
like the Hulk and whatnot.
Pretty much the whole.
Yeah. But yeah, like anything that was published in the last 20 years, comic-wise,
Right.
it's surprising that he has read it. Yeah. Unless it's like, like Bela Lugosi comic or something from...
Or apparently a comic about a wrestler.
That's right.
Because he is a fan.
And in case you didn't listen to the wrestler episode, we just to recap, I grew up kind of into wrestling, but I lost interest probably when I was like 13 or something, 14.
And I never had any interest in wrestling at all.
Right.
I had seen some wrestling here and there, but I'm just not into it, not a fan. But, I certainly knew the big names that, infiltrated pop culture.
Oh, sure. You're aware of...
Yeah.
You're aware of them. You just weren't
Yeah.
as into it.
So, I know who Andre the Giant is.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, you saw Princess Bride.
I did.
Right?
Yeah.
You were like, this movie's got the word princess in it. I'm gonna watch it.
Yep. I see every movie that has the word princess in it.
Right.
Or bride.
Right.
I mean, so that was, like, double.
Yeah, you were really excited. Yeah.
I can't believe I never heard about that movie until I was like 19.
Really? Well, it came out in 86, so I guess you were like 10 when that came out, 9, something like that.
Nah, I saw Princess Bride when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah.
Saw it with my mom.
Nice.
In the theater.
And your mom went because it was a wrestler involved.
Uh-huh.
Not because it was...
Right.
Because your mom was really into, like, action movies, and you were telling me last night she was into Nightmare on Elm Street. And...
Yeah. We've been watching, I have now twice watched a 4-hour documentary on Nightmare on Elm Street. Once on my own over the spread of a couple of days, and once yesterday with you.
Yeah. It was good. It was very good.
Yeah. I think we still have like an hour left in it, but
it's called Never Sleep Again.
Yeah. But I had seen the first Nightmare on Elm Street with my mom on HBO, and saw, I think, a couple of the sequels with her. Yeah.
Wow, nice. I don't know, like, my mom used to take me to movies that I'm sure she had no interest in. Like,
right.
Like I know she took me to see Predator 2.
Right.
And she took me to see, like, No Holds Barred, which is a wrestling movie. I don't remember ever seeing a Nightmare on Elm Street with her, but I wouldn't be surprised, because she was a really good sport growing up.
See, my mom, if I wanted to go see something like a Nightmare on Elm Street and she didn't want to, then she would have just taken me and then gone to see another movie.
Right.
But if she did see that movie, it's because she wanted to see that movie.
Yeah, she's cool.
But yeah, so Andre the Giant, though, I certainly know of him.
Right.
I've seen video of him in a movie.
Right.
And probably on a wrestling thing.
Yeah.
What, was he part of the Hulk Hogan cartoon?
Oh man, yeah, I'm pretty sure he was.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was. Because I think he was, like, so large that, like, sometimes they would have to rip out the roof of the car when they would all get in or something.
Right.
Like, I think that was something they did.
Because that was a thing that I did watch as a kid.
Right. Because it's a cartoon.
Yeah. But that was pretty much my only exposure to wrestling. Mm-hmm. So, or at least any interest I had in wrestling.
So did you find this book interesting?
I found this book to be great.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Despite the lack of life alert?
Yeah. Clearly that was a joke.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I thought this book was incredibly good.
Yeah. Me as well.
And it, like, the focus isn't on the wrestling.
Right.
So that's one thing that, I think makes it more accessible.
Yeah.
To everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Because clearly I don't have an interest, but on top of that, it kind of makes me interested in wrestling.
Really?
Like, at least, not so much watching wrestling or anything, but learning, like, about, just the business.
The behind the scenes.
Yeah, the work.
Right. Yeah, that's something kind of strange is, like, before I read this book, I just kind of flipped through it, as I usually do, not in the story, but to see, like, if there's any extras or whatever.
Right.
And there's, like, a glossary of terms in the end. And I thought that was cool to have.
Right.
But when I started reading the book, like, I was kind of worried because in the first scene, there's, like, 2 or 3 instances where there's, like, an asterisk with, like, a definition at the bottom of the page of what that word is. And I was like, oh no, is this going to be all through the book? Because that would really slow things down.
Right.
And luckily, it seemed like it was only in maybe one other spot in the book or something.
Yeah, but I don't remember. I'm only now remembering the first part that you're talking about. Yeah.
That was the only thing that kind of worried me because, like, there was like 2 or 3 of them in the first opening scene, and, like, that's like a 4-page, 5-page scene or something.
Right.
But I thought it was cool that all the terms were in the back, for, the wrestling lingo.
Right.
It's really well done. It tells the story of Andre before he was a wrestler and then during.
Yeah. Well, he died young.
Yeah.
So he was still a wrestler when he died. Mm-hmm. So pretty much his life was before wrestling, and then that was it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I knew some, like, small details about him. About the disease he had, acromegaly, something like that.
I don't know how to pronounce it, but that sounds right. Yeah.
Which is a disease that causes growth hormones to keep pumping through your system, aging you prematurely and keeps your body growing, but, too rapidly for your body to adjust or to keep up, and so it causes a great deal amount of pain and stress and
like your joints and your heart,
joints and hearts and bones, and basically a shortened lifespan,
right?
Which all happened to him.
Yeah. He luckily did outlive his predicted lifespan because they said he wouldn't live past 40.
40, yeah.
And I think he was 40 when they filmed The Princess Bride.
Yeah.
So I think he lived to be close to 50, I think. I can't remember exactly what year. I think he died in 93.
He died in 93, January 93. At least that's what it says here on the back. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure when he was born, though.
I think he was born in the mid-40s, if I remember right.
Alright.
So yeah, he's probably about close to 50.
Yeah.
But, he's French. I did not know that.
Oh, yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
I mean, I know he had a voice that I always thought was a little odd, like his voice.
Right.
But I just thought it was, an aspect of him being a pretty large fella.
Yeah.
I just thought he had,
Well, he does have like a super, super deep voice, but, he was French. I don't think I maybe knew he was French. I just knew he was European.
Okay.
So, he could have been. I probably just assumed he was Russian for some reason, as a kid or whatever, but, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it basically just tells the story of, he was huge from the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
Like when he was 12, everybody thought he was like 20 or whatever.
Right.
And he was a big guy. And he actually, if I remember right, I think it was a hooker that got him to go wrestle because he was like at a diner and he wasn't even soliciting her. He was just at a diner and talking to this lady while they were both having coffee at the diner or something. And she's like, "You're a big fella. You should try to fight or wrestle."
Right.
So I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, I read some of the the biographical stuff in the back or bibliographical footnotes and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And it mentions, him consorting with prostitutes, but like it was never for sex or anything. It was just they were the only people who would talk to him.
Right.
Just because he was so big and nobody wanted to just associate with him.
Right.
But,
yeah.
That was a hooker. Yeah.
We're flipping the page. Sorry, we're zoning out. We're flipping to the page.
Yeah.
You can flip along with us if you have your own copy.
Ooh. Which I would recommend you get.
Yeah.
Because it's enjoyable.
It is enjoyable.
And very emotional.
Mm-hmm.
I got choked up a lot towards the end, especially.
Yeah. It's kind of sad.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like he just wanted to do his thing,
Yeah.
He just wanted to have fun and hang out with people, and he liked playing cards quite a bit.
Yeah.
Which,
who doesn't?
I know, right?
I like playing cards. Nobody will play cards with me.
Every time we go to the pizza dive, me and you play cards.
That's true. Yeah. But we'll play cards just outside of the pizza dive.
Right. Oh, you mean like just right outside the door? There,
yeah.
Their lobby.
I mean, there's some benches outside.
Yeah, okay. Let's do that sometime. As long as there's, not inclement weather.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, Andre the Giant.
Andre the Giant drank a lot.
He drank a lot. Yeah. Like, I love that Rob Reiner, because I'm not a fan of Rob Reiner, and I love that he,
What's wrong with Meathead?
He's Meathead. You know what? And it's weird because the main reason I don't like Rob Reiner is
because he's not Carl Reiner.
He is no Carl Reiner. No, he was like trying to do this campaign to like get all cigarettes taken out of movies or something like that. And I don't like cigarettes. Fuck cigarettes.
Right.
But like going back and like digitally removing them from films and like disallowing people to write scenes with people smoking and
I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah, he is a meathead.
Yeah. Joe Quesada did that with comics too.
Yeah.
not so much removing them from past comics, but just like all of a sudden, no characters are allowed to smoke in Marvel comics anymore unless they were a villain.
I mean, like I grew up reading comics where Wolverine smoked, and Wolverine was like he was like my favorite character. So it's not like I was just like, oh, there's that guy that smokes. Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
I mean, I was like, this guy's awesome. I wish I had claws.
Yeah.
Like that was the end of it.
Yeah.
That was in. I didn't.
Wolverine smoked. The Thing smokes.
Yeah, the Thing's one of my favorites too.
Yeah. And now they don't, but they do in the movies, which far more people see than read the comics.
Definitely more kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it does not make sense.
It's just fucking dumb.
Why don't you not have them fight either? Because it's not good.
Yeah, violence isn't fun.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Yeah, people get killed every day from violence.
Right.
You meatheads.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like cigarettes any more than I like violence.
Right, yeah.
But,
I mean, I've smoked occasionally, and I haven't in a long time, except for on a rare occasion where I'm just super drunk or whatever, but...
Like, you'll beat somebody up and you'll have a cigarette.
Sure,
You'll
yeah.
be in that comic book mood.
Because, I've read comic books, and that's how I get influenced by my life.
Right. You're like, I just read too many comics this week. I'm gonna go out and beat up some people and smoke cigarettes.
Like, I just read a comic, just this week, about a giant wrestler.
Okay.
Who drank, like, just nonstop immense amounts of alcohol. And now I really want to, and also wrestle.
Right. Yeah, is that why you're in tights right now?
That is why I'm in tights.
Okay.
And I'm also about to prepare for some back surgery.
Right? Okay. That's why I shaved myself a Hulk Hogan mustache and premature balding.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's a scene where Rob Reiner is freaking out because on the set of I guess it was on the set of Princess Bride.
Yeah.
He had like a $40,000 bar tab,
Right.
because he just doesn't stop. I mean, like he could drink like 10 times the amount of anyone, and then like that's when he starts to feel a little tingly.
Right. Yeah. There's a scene, and actually this is a thing that I did not like about this. It was the one panel that I did not like in this comic. Where he is getting prepped for surgery for his back so that he could continue to wrestle.
I know what you're gonna say.
And the nurse asks, like how much anesthetic that she might need to give to Andre the Giant, and like, well, how much does it take for him to get drunk? And he's like, well, usually after his first bottle of vodka, he says he feels tingly, and then in that same panel,
where the guy flies off the page.
Yeah.
Like you see the little puff of smoke where like
in his feet, and
it's a thing that's it's a nod to old like cartoon strips,
right? And I've seen you do it a ton,
right?
And that's okay to me. But, like, there's nothing else like that in the rest of this book.
Exactly. I understand that. Because, the rest of it is played pretty straight.
Right.
It's just, it's drawn in a very cartoony manner.
Sure,
That's Box Brown's style, which is awesome. I fucking love his art.
It's really good, yeah.
But, that is, as far as, like, the story goes, that is the one thing that's just like, well, that didn't really happen.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. So I understand that. It didn't bother me, but I do remember as I read that I was like, "Oh, Eric's not gonna like this panel." But I did actually remember thinking that, because it's not consistent. But
yeah, I mean, if there had been stuff like that throughout the book, then I wouldn't have cared.
Yeah.
But everything else is played pretty straight.
I love all the like anecdotes that are like, especially the like when he's not dealing with the wrestling world, like when he's dealing with the public, just like the anecdotes about, when he's in bars and like, just random bus trips and things like that. It really does like flesh him out as it's like you're watching this person have to deal with not only being a celebrity who's identified with people, but someone who's uncomfortable everywhere they go, because nothing is mmade
for
to
him,
size him.
And plus, he's just in constant pain, and it's
hence the drinking, probably.
right, yeah. Like one of the scenes that just sort of made me like incredibly sad was like the scene where he's talking to Mandy Patinkin.
Okay.
On the set of The Princess Bride, and Mandy Patinkin is asking him like how he feels about just sitting around the set all day not doing anything, and he was like, I like it because nobody is looking at me.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm no Andre the Giant, but I'm a big guy. And I kind of stand out in a crowd, and I notice more than a few times people are just kind of looking at me, and it makes me very uncomfortable.
Right.
And I could not imagine being, over 7 feet tall and weighing 700 pounds.
And having an afro.
And then having an afro and being super famous.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
Like just anywhere you go. But yeah, it is kind of sad, but there's a lot of funny moments.
Oh
too.
yeah.
I mean, like I laughed a couple times.
As did I. Yeah.
Because it's basically researched pretty well. Box Brown, is his real name Box?
I think it's Brian.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it says text and art copyright 2014 Brian Brown.
Ooh. So he researched it pretty well. I mean, he watched a lot of videos. He actually did interview some people, including some wrestlers.
Right.
And read some books, and it shows, I mean, it's pretty fleshed out as far as, different perspectives of this one man. You know, like his public life, his private life, and, all the WrestleMania 3 stuff, and which I think is probably the first time I remember seeing actual Andre the Giant, was WrestleMania 3, because it surprised me that he was a babyface, is what they call him.
Right, yeah.
Which is like your Hulk Hogan's, your good guys.
Your heroes. Yeah.
And then like the heels are the bad guys.
Yeah.
Because I always knew him as a heel. Like I always thought he was a villain.
Yeah, that's what I always knew him as, again, despite not really having any interest in wrestling,
Right.
I still knew things, and he was one of the bad guys.
That's what I always thought. And I mean, I even watched wrestling, but I mean, I was 9 when WrestleMania 3 came out, where he came out as the heel.
Right.
Because basically he wanted to pass the torch to Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Because he knew, I mean, he was already, at that point, like a few years past when he was supposed to have died.
Right, yeah.
So he knew like he wasn't going to have a long career. But yeah, I always thought he was a villain. So it was interesting to me to see like all the good guy parts before that.
And yeah, I had no idea also that he had a career in Japan as a superstar wrestler.
I guess he was huge. I mean, like,
well,
no pun intended.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, they loved him there.
Right.
Yeah, because even whenever it was like towards the end, when he had to have surgeries and things, and he couldn't really wrestle that much, he would appear in Japan and like, just kind of run around the ring for a second or whatever, tag somebody out and pin somebody, and they loved him. So yeah, it was pretty cool.
I think one thing that again, this only makes me marginally interested in wrestling, but not enough to actually like get into it or anything like that.
Right.
But it does make me sort of respect, between this and the movie The Wrestler, wrestling's fake, but at the same time, there's still a lot of work that goes into making it look fake.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
to making it fake.
Yeah.
So that they're not just killing each other in the ring.
Right. And clearly it's hard. I mean, like, just watching it, you're like, wow, those guys are in shape, and like they're throwing each other around for half an hour.
Or like the scene where it is the WrestleMania 3 where Hulk Hogan is fighting Andre, and Andre steps on Hulk Hogan and like stands on his back.
Yeah.
And like the caption is, "You can't fake gravity."
Yeah. Right? Yeah. I know. I was like, yeah, how is Hulk Hogan still alive? Like I could see maybe him limping off that match, and like 3 days later they just find his collapsed cavity somewhere. But yeah, that's crazy, because they said at the height of his his peak he was almost 7 feet tall, and he was like, is he how much?
600 to 700 pounds, something like that.
Yeah, 600 pounds and nearly 7.5 feet tall. It's a big fella.
Yeah. One might say he was a giant.
Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah.
Do you remember that whole, like, this is something they didn't mention in here, and I kind of expected there to be at least, like, a panel where they referenced it. Do you remember that whole Andre has a posse thing? It was in the, like, late 90s, I think. This like, t-shirt maker, skateboard design guy took a picture of Andre the Giant's face and just wrote Andre has a posse and then put stickers everywhere. Like, I've seen them everywhere, like in Columbus and
I've seen
Chicago.
the face, the sticker face. Actually, I have one on my guitar right now.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
But I think the one I have is Fear the Mullet.
Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, it became huge. Like, it went everywhere for some reason. It was just like this. It was like some sort of, fad or zeitgeist thing where it was everywhere. And I guess that was after Andre had already passed away.
Right. Yeah.
But so yeah, I guess that would be why they didn't mention it during the story. But
could be.
That was a weird phenomenon.
Yeah, it was.
I don't know.
Yeah. There. I really enjoyed this. It's a super quick read.
Yeah. It's kind of thick, but it flows really quick.
Yeah. I think like the first night I started reading it, like I was already like halfway through the book,
right.
But then, like an hour later,
Yeah.
Just very like all human beings. He's just a very complex character who was just going through a lot in life.
Right. And he never seemed to be, he never really seemed to be too down about the fact that, his body was doing the things it was doing,
Right.
Like he drank to kill the pain, but he wasn't like a miserable person. I mean, he just wanted to hang out and have fun and play cards and
just talk to people and talk to his friends.
Fart in elevators.
Can
Can you imagine that? There's a scene where Andre the Giant farts in an elevator that's, got a few people in it.
Yeah.
That would have to be a pretty incredible fart, because first of all, it comes out of that giant body.
Right.
And second of all, it's like face level with most people.
And also, I believe that was after a point where he had eaten 2 12-egg omelets.
Right. Yeah. It's a lot of eggs.
Yeah, it is. And then stole somebody else's eggs because they were passed out.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Very, very interesting guy. And there's a lot of fun little anecdotes. It's not a downer.
No,
I mean, there's sad parts.
There's definitely some sad parts. But yeah, he's never portrayed as being like depressed or anything about everything in his life. A little maudlin sometimes, but never down. Yeah. But I mean, we don't know for sure though.
Right. I mean, this is a lot of this is based on what other people have said, and
right.
I mean, he did seem to like get kind of down when he talked about his family with people, because he kind of always wanted to, like, he was excited about the idea of having a grandkid, but he did have a daughter that he never really interacted with because he was always traveling, and
and in a way that's shitty, but also I can totally see his point of view from that too.
Right.
It's like he knew that he would never be a good father.
Right.
Like he just knew, because I mean, A, his size, and B, his work schedule, and
his lifespan.
Yeah, he just sort of knew that he just was not fit to be a parent. So, like I said, shitty, but I get it.
Yeah.
And also, there are a couple times, especially starting towards the end, where it's just like, Andre the Giant might be kind of an asshole.
Right. I'm honestly surprised he wasn't more so. Perhaps he was, but because with people always staring at him and being afraid of him and things like that, it seems like it would be it would be hard to feel a connection with most people.
Right.
If you think they're predisposed to just judging you as this weird monster or this curiosity or something.
It's like there's the scene where the woman comes up to him at a diner, and he just kind of was like, "Well, not now, lady."
Yeah.
And like honestly, like the way he's portrayed in that is not that bad.
Yeah.
It's not like he's telling her to fuck off or anything like that. He just wants to be left alone, and like, you know,
He's not rude about it, but he's not really. He's not like, oh, I'm sorry, but I'm enjoying
Right,
it.
yeah.
He's like, not now.
right, yeah.
And, you know, and I could see that.
Yeah.
You know, it's not wrong.
Right, and then like one of the other people he was hanging out like takes care of the woman, you know, and tells her that, you know, hey, you know, this is what's happening, and, you know, please don't bother us, and then she still like runs over to him and tells him to fuck off, and
Right.
so she was clearly
Not an awesome person.
yeah.
And I'm sure every famous person has fans like that. I mean, being the cartoonist that publishes Veggie Saturn, I get a lot of that. Like,
Sure.
I'll be out somewhere. And
I mean, it happened yesterday.
sign my tits. How many times have I heard that?
Right,
You
yeah.
know?
Like, but yesterday we were out and somebody recognized you, and
Oh yeah, that's right.
and you played it off very nicely. You're like, oh hey, yeah, good to see you. We're just
Just getting our food.
just
here.
getting our food,
Yeah.
yeah. And you know, the guy took it well and he left,
Right.
but you know,
Yeah. Yeah. He's on my fan club email list, so, you know, I'll take care of him. These are all lies. Sort of
exaggerated
lies.
exaggerated truth.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, Box Brown, Andre the Giant, Life and Legend.
And I want to also say,
Ooh.
Box Brown, he's the publisher of Retrofit Comics, which I really like their stuff. I mean, a lot of it is a little weirder, but I've read like a half dozen things by Box Brown, and most of which I really, really like. But I wanted to say that this one seems like an odd step for him, because a lot of the other books I've read have sort of a different tone, like kind of like, you know, maybe not as like nice and playful, maybe a little more like snarky or or darker maybe in places. And I still like them because they don't seem like mean spirited or anything, but they just have a different tone to them. And I was really, really like impressed with this, because it's clear that he's able to do different things, and maybe that's just his sense of humor, and he likes to do that other kind of thing. But I really look forward to seeing more of his stuff based on this.
Yeah, I would definitely read something else by him.
Yeah. Check it out from First Second.
Yep,
that's who published it.
Alrighty,
which is weird. He owns his own publishing house, and he didn't publish this.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird, isn't it?
Probably a little better distribution with a different publisher.
Yeah, I think I've seen their stuff at like Barnes and Nobles and stuff. So,
so
that's probably why. Okay.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
All right then. We'll take a break.
Sounds good.
And we will be back after this.
Really nice, but we had a problem.
to go to trash. So,
Nothing. Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
yeah.
Yeah. It's up to you.
I'm gonna have a job.
What?
Yeah,
What?
I know.
What?
I'm more just surprised than disappointed than you are.
I mean, it's not even been a year yet.
I know. I was kind of like, after the 6-month mark, I was like, I'll do a year. But then I had some expensive medical bills for my friend Uma Guma.
Yeah.
And decided to get back into the workforce.
Nice.
Yeah.
So where are you going to be working?
Well, I'm not sure exactly because I've got two options. One of them is like a guaranteed option, but the other one is not guaranteed, but it seems more in line with what I'd want to do.
Oh, so Bellbook and Comic?
Right? Yeah, one's Mavericks, one's Bellbook and Comic. No. Neither one of them have anything to do with comic books. One of them would be selling tools, and the other would be selling health food.
So you really want the tool
I
job.
really want to sell some tools.
Yeah.
I'm a grease monkey.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, that's the one thing that I've always said about you.
Right?
Whenever anyone says, hey, do you know someone who's handy?
Right. Oh, yeah.
Jason Young.
Right.
Yeah.
I can fix your shit.
Yeah.
I can sand. I can turn a screw. And I got this mustache now.
That's true.
Like, what hurt worse?
Like you now look at the role that we always knew that you had.
I'm coming out of my shell.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see. But yeah, by the end of next week, I should have one or the other of those jobs. I should be working there.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
Well, congratulations, actually.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So
you finished your graphic novel then, right?
Oh, of course not. Of course not. You know, honestly, I haven't touched it in like a month and a half, something like that.
That's a shame.
It is, but I've been doing some other stuff. I did some artwork for a charity auction. I've done like a ton of collages that you may have seen on my blog.
Yeah.
I'm still doing artwork, but I'm following on my graphic novel. I'm taking some time to readjust because I had to redo a couple of pages, and I was like, there was like a misstep, and I was like, I don't know if I'm going in the right direction for this chunk of the story, and I was like a little worried, so I wanted to like pull back a little bit and make sure I was doing it right.
Well, don't pull back too far.
Okay.
Because
I won't pull out.
Don't pull out at all.
No.
Yeah, because you want to impregnate that.
Right.
You want to get that shit pregnant.
Oh, yeah.
But pull back a little, but not too far.
Okay.
Yeah.
I promise I will. Okay, what is today?
Today is the 22nd of June.
Okay, by July 1st, I will do another page of the book.
Okay.
I promise.
All right.
That
is like 8 days from now.
Shit, okay, by the 1st of August. I know tools, I don't know math. No, okay, yeah. I'll start one by the 1st of July, and I'll finish it by the 1st of August.
That's fair enough.
Okay. Plus, I also have to do this stupid shit for Matt Brassfield. Well, he's paying me to do it, but not much.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been drawing on that too.
Yeah. Well, no, that's acceptable.
Yeah. But that's basically all I've done this week.
How's your dog doing?
My dog is doing great. She's healed up pretty well. I got her staples out this week.
Yeah.
They looked at her. They said she was fine. They even gave me a disc that has like x-rays of her abdomen so I can like see the weird stuff.
Oh, weird.
And I was like, I don't know if I want to look at that, so I let it sit around for a couple days.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, I'll look at it. I put it in my computer, and for some reason it wouldn't play in my computer. So I haven't tried it in the other one or the DVD player or anything.
You do realize you also have like an ancient Mac.
Right. Yeah. So we'll see. I don't know that I would want to look at cancer that was once in my dog.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, it's there. It's in my house. Like, I could look at it
Right.
but I'm not sure that I really
Bring it
want
over next drawing night.
to. Okay, yeah. We'll draw my dog's X cancer.
Or, maybe we'll do a double date thing. You and Kathleen and me and Bambi, and we'll, watch the pictures of your dog's cancer.
Yeah, dinner and a movie. Like, we
Yeah.
can watch it while we eat.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That might be appetizing. They did say, they told me to bring her back in like 3 months because they wanted to do another, scan of her insides just to make sure. But they said it's the type of cancer that usually is just centralized in one organ, which was her spleen, and her spleen is gone. They took it out. So hopefully, they said, I'll have to give her some sort of gallbladder medicine for the rest of her life.
Right.
But other than that, she seems good.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. Healthy.
Good.
Yeah.
It was too soon to lose Oma.
Yeah. I mean, I've had her for 14 years.
Right.
And I know that's a good life for a dog, but
still.
But yeah, I feel like she's got some years left in her.
Yeah.
So yeah, thanks for anyone who sent good thoughts my way. I appreciate it, or her way, more importantly.
We'll definitely have to do a drawing night at your house so I can say hi to Oma.
I keep saying we should have her on the show.
Yeah.
She's not much of a reader, but a movie episode.
Right, yeah. Well, I always prefer to have a guest on a movie episode anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. We should watch that movie Red with, what's his name?
Brian Cox?
Yeah, Brian Cox. Yeah. She might like that.
Yeah, we already did.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch a movie again.
I know, I'm sad.
Yeah. I just don't want to watch a movie again.
Never again.
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, anything we've already seen.
Yeah.
Anything I don't know. Would it be interesting to review something that we've already reviewed?
Ooh, maybe if it was like something we reviewed a long time ago.
Right, like G-Men from Hell, like
Right.
the first one.
Yeah. Yeah. Like something we watched when we were drunk, because that used to happen a lot.
Not a lot, but it happened.
It happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know there was a blog I was following, still follow. It's called Horror Movie a Day.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy would watch a horror movie a day. And I think he did it for like 4 years straight.
Wow.
Something like that. And basically he said like the day he was going to stop was the day that he could no longer remember the first movie that he reviewed.
Okay.
And so like for his last entry was a review of the first movie that he had ever done.
Wow.
Yeah.
So he did like 1,400 horror movies.
Something like that,
Something like that.
yeah.
Yeah. That's nuts.
And plus like some extras here and there too, so.
Like on Halloween or something.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy. He has to really like horror.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah.
Huh.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's my big news for the week.
Well, that's good. On both ends, am I doing well, and you getting a job?
Yeah, gotta pay for that shit.
Yeah.
Oh, which reminds me, if you listen and you would like to have me, mow your lawn or wash your hair or draw something for you for cash, email me. We'll work something out.
I would not trust you on two of those things.
Drawing and mowing.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm good with hair.
Yeah.
That's it. Tools and hair. That's all I know.
You know what? If I had any kind of money to spare, I would actually have you commission something.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Sweet.
But I don't.
That's all right.
So if anybody out there wants me to mow their lawn, cut their hair, or draw something, let me know as well.
I might have you do that. I've got a lot of money. Oh, wait a minute. That other thing I said makes that last statement not true. But yeah, we're both poor.
Yeah, we
so
are.
Help us out.
Yeah, please.
Throw us a
Hey,
bone.
there's a donate button on our website.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah, it's for a good cause.
You can just give us money for nothing.
Yeah, you don't even have to have our shitty artwork or put our fingers in your hair. No one wants any of that. We just want your money. We don't want to do any of that either.
It's true.
We don't enjoy any of that stuff.
Nope.
You can donate. You can be like, hey, today I want you to go home and masturbate. Here's $20. Everybody's happy.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah. So I guess I'm supposed to pick a movie for us to watch.
I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I just heard that this movie that I've been wanting to watch for a while now, since I heard about it, is on Netflix. Because one of my friends watched it on Netflix. And unless you veto it, that's going to be our thingy.
Okay.
It's called Don John.
Oh.
The Joseph Gordon-Levitt directorial debut.
Okay. I was worried that you were going to pick something else.
Oh, a specific thing?
That I had just tried to watch and could not make it through.
Oh, which one was that?
It was 2 movies. One was World War Z.
Okay.
And the other was a documentary about Harry Dean Stanton.
Oh, I changed the Harry Dean Stanton thing.
Veto.
What's that called, though?
I don't remember.
It was just bad.
I got through like 10 minutes of it. I was like, I can't do this.
Was it boring or what?
Just boring and pretentious. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Pretentious.
Yeah.
Huh. I'm gonna try to watch it sometime.
Good luck to you.
Yeah. Like Kathleen's.
I like Harry Dean Stanton, and not as much as you do, but I was interested. I know there's a second documentary about him out there somewhere.
Yeah.
I'd probably watch that one.
It'll look less pretentious.
Hopefully. Maybe. I don't know. But Don John, I'm down for.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I do kind of want to see that. Yeah.
Sweet. And if for some reason it's not on Netflix, which I think it is, I know they have it at the library,
right.
But it's like a 3-day loan, so I didn't want to get it today.
That's fine. Okay. There's also people around here who have memberships to Family Video.
What? Yeah. There's still video stores?
There is. Well, there's a video store.
Yeah.
It's maybe the only one around I can think of.
And I think there's 2 Family Videos, though. There's one in Kettering and one on Wayne.
Right. And there's one in Beaver Creek.
Yeah, so yeah, they're like the only...
At least 4.
But they're like the only...
There's no Blockbusters. There's no Hollywood.
So what are they doing right?
I don't know. Well, cheap, maybe.
Yeah. Do they have porn in Family Video?
They do not.
No? Huh.
It's because it's Family Video.
Well, somebody in your family likes porn.
It's me.
All right.
You can get that shit for free on the internet now.
I know. Internet's cool.
Yeah.
You can learn how to put it in a car stereo. You can watch porn, or you could listen to this show.
Or all 3 at the same time.
2 of those are good choices.
The porn and our show.
No.
Hey, I can pay someone else to install a car stereo in my car. I can't pay someone else to do this show.
That's true. Who would? Who would?
Exactly.
Right.
This is exclusive content.
Right. We're irreplaceable, is what you're saying.
Exactly.
Except for when I'm out of town and Joe G comes on.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Or Matt Brassfield, he's done that too.
Oh, has he done it too? Okay. Well, that's good. At least I got my tool job to fall back on. All right. Well, it's good to see you.
Good. Yeah, likewise.
Yeah.
All right, then.
All right.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody.
Thank you for listening to Gutter Trash. You can subscribe to the show from guttertrash.net or from iTunes and leave us a review. Visit guttertrash.net for email information, links to our Facebook and Twitter pages, and for other podcasts and websites in the Gutter Trash Network. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next time.